Good day, model railroaders. I have to say that when I'm using my Sparky 107 mug. Cheers, Sparky. Welcome to Trains on Tuesday. This week we're going to do just a little bit of an update on the reconstruction here and a bit of a rant and a little discussion on some tools. So here we go. I've run into a couple of little problems since last week's update. Trying to get this board in place for putting the backdrops on, and to get it level I've got it propped up on cards here again. It's up in the air here, hitting the ground hard here, and way back in the corner there, if you can see it, we're airborne again. And what that means is I'm going to have to take this white piece out, which is no problem because it's just laying there right now, not screwed down. And I'm going to have to take a piece of this up. So more track's got to come up, a little bit more equipment's going to have to move out of the way. I'm going to have to take this up, strip off the back of it so that I can drop this down in behind these, and then I can level it across the top. Not that big of a deal. Now we've got to spin you around 360 here, no 180. 360 would get us back where we are, so let's spin around 180. Okay, hope that didn't hurt. I put the framework in for the duck under, and discovered that it's not level. Between that section and that, it's not level. So I've got a high point. Now down on the leg at the bottom, there's a screw under there. I can raise the screw, and I've done that. It's up in the air. And of course it's not going down because it's sitting on this 1x4 here. That's also sitting on the gyprock. So that one's going to be a little tough. I'm going to have to strip out quite a lot of stuff there, but I think it will be worth doing to get rid of that little problem there. So other than that, not much has changed here. I pulled out from underneath when I was working down under the bench work here. I pulled out that shelf unit. I've had that for going on 40 years, and it's been moved around here, there, stored away, always with the intent that I would hang it on the wall one day and put some trains on it. So I got that out this week and sanded it down, gave it a fresh coat of varnish, and that's going to go up on the wall up there between that corner and the window. That'll go up in there, and I can put some of my trains on that. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of my coffee and we'll get talking some tools. Back when I was about 11, maybe 12, come Christmas time, my mum said, "What would you like for Christmas?" And I said, "I want tools. Tools like Dad's got." So here are my tools that I got for Christmas when I was 12 or 13. 11 or 12. I can't remember exactly how old, but about then. And yeah, I still have them. There are 3 pieces missing from there at the moment. I still do have them. I'm not sure where. There was a pair of 6-inch tin snips, which I use for cutting lead sheet when I'm adding weight to railway cars, wagons. A flat screwdriver, which is really, really worn at the tip. It's more of a sharp object than a screwdriver now. And the other is a pair of pinchers, something that's hardly ever seen anymore. Anyway, yeah, there's my mallet. Still gets use on a regular basis. 1/2-inch marble chisel. My square. Don't use this one quite so much anymore. I have another one that's adjustable, so don't use that one too often. Now, here is my hammer that I got at that time, at least the head of the hammer. I had to replace the handle, but still a good old tool. Just showing you that to let you know that if you look after your tools, they can last you a very, very long time. A couple more I want to show you here. In 1968, I remember it quite well. I went to Bedford Market, Bedford, UK, Bedford Market Square, and I picked up 2 pairs of pliers. And there they are. The needle nose still pinched together, nice and tight at the top. They're not kinked. The only thing is the plastic split, and I've got it taped up here simply because I do use these on electrical wiring. High voltage, well, 110. And my blunt nose pliers, which again are still in really nice shape. For a market tool, these are pretty good. Made in West Germany, it says on there. Constant use. They are out on the layout all the time. And one other thing I want to show you. How about that? This was a metalwork project in high school. I learned to mark a piece of steel, cut it with a hacksaw, file it, drill it, 2 holes drilled in there, tapped out the holes, couple of pieces of rod, threaded, screwed in, drilled into that thin little piece of steel there, and brazed the handles or the rods into there. And that has been with me since about 1964 or 65. It is the most perfect track hammer. That has pounded an awful lot of nails, track spikes in. With the taper on the end there, it's really good. You can hold a nail and tap between your fingers and thumb without bruising yourself to get a track spike started. That's a gem. In woodworking class, around the same time, I'm thinking more like 1963, we built a stool. Again, marking 2x2s, cutting the taper, planing them, cutting a groove, cutting the blocks here, drilling them, cutting out the joints there. We glued the 3 pieces of wood together here to make the step. This one has split apart, but it still holds together. So that has been with me since 1963, and that's in use all the time. Okay, my rant today involves scale and scale measurements. If I measure that door opening, it is 2 feet 4 inches. 2 feet 4 inches. So how do I transfer 2 feet 4 inches to a scale if I'm doing a scratch building? I see on so many videos, particularly British videos, people saying, oh, I'll make the door 7 millimeters wide or 6 millimeters wide. Well, how do you relate that to 6 millimeters? Let me show you what I mean. So here I have a piece of a kit. We could pretend I scratch built that out of a piece of card. And if I take a millimeter rule and measure, that's 9 millimeters across that doorway. Well, if I measure that doorway at 2 feet 4 inches, how do I know how many millimeters to make that to come out at 2 feet 4 inches? Well, for us North Americans, building in HO scale, it's easy because we have, if I can get the light right on here, a model railroad reference rule. HO scale, HO gauge scale. If I flip that over and go to the other end, it's an O gauge scale. If I turn that over, N gauge scale. So in HO, I can place that down on there and read off that that door is 2 feet 9 inches. 2 feet 4 inches, 2 feet 9 inches. With this rule, we can go out and measure a building, how long it is, how high it is, how wide it is, in feet and inches, and come back here and we've got HO scale feet and inches. We can relate it directly to that. So easy. One of these seems to be missing and needed in 00 scale. In addition to that, Hornby wheel sets, 12.6 millimeters in diameter. How does that relate to the real world? Backman Europe. There we go. Turned coach wheels, 10 of them, for non-close 8 coupling bogies. Do the real railways have non-close 8 coupling bogies? I don't know. So how do we do it in North America? Well, in North America we have, on our freight cars, generally one of 3 different size wheels. There's 28-inch wheels, 33-inch wheels, and 36-inch wheels. So when we go to buy model wheels like this, yeah, focus is going again, we're in close. When we go to buy model wheels like this, what do we get? HO 33-inch smooth back wheels. So if we got a car that we know needs 33-inch wheels, bingo, there they are. What do these go on? What's an 8 coupling, non-close 8 coupling bogey. Who knows? I think the model world in England needs to relate to the real world. We need scale measurements of the real thing. That's my little rant today. So with that, I think we'll call that a wrap on this Trains on Tuesday. Nothing too special there, but thanks for viewing anyway, and look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now.